Hey, kia ora guys, good to see you here again. Hey, it's been a couple of days and it's been a couple of very busy days since I've last uploaded a video. So what's been happening is I've made a lot of progress on the wiring and I'm just starting now on the electronics. Right, let's try and take everything out of here, get rid of the box with my Victron controller stuff. That looks like something earthy. So everything on the, a lot of the board is now wired up correctly, all the DIN rails. I've sort of cut out areas where I want bits of switchboards and that to go. I've also, what else do we do? Yes, I've run all the cables I think now. I think I've got a couple more to go, but I'll wait until those at the end of the job. I'll wait for the end of the job before I put those on. Everything else, so today is really just mounting a whole lot of the electronics, my AIS, VHF, my servo, Victron sort of equipment, and get all those mounted and in place with the DIN rails and hopefully all connected up to the Victron gear, all that sort of stuff. And then I can sort of look at finishing off the helm supply and my main cabin supply tomorrow, get those terminated so at least I can start turning power on early next week and making sure everything's working as it should be. Oh, and later on today I'll also do, had a few questions come through on YouTube, so I'll answer those today as well. Catch you later. Are you going to record me? Maybe you are. That's where we do it. Okay, welcome to the first absolutely not a boat tour for Tiare. Righto, so one of the main reasons why I haven't done a boat tour yet is because the last few years the boat hasn't been in any kind of situation whatsoever to do a boat tour. If you've ever been on a boat and you've ever done maintenance, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a real cascading effect where if you do repairs in one sort of boat, if you do repairs in one part of the boat, the whole boat seems to magically just seem as if a bomb site's gone off, and this is very much true with Tiare. So I'll walk you through everything, where cabins are and what's in them, and hopefully you'll get an idea of how bad things are on Tiare and why I've absolutely not done a boat tour yet. Not far away from one, but until I finish the kitchen and I can start putting things back where they all belong, then you'll understand I just can't do a boat tour until then. Anyway, I'm going to start off at the far end of the Tiare, and hopefully the camera will be in focus. We think, we'll see. Anyway, let's see what happens. Come on, Pano, Lumix, keep me in focus, please. Somehow I don't think this is going to work, but we'll give it a go. Righto, we're about 45 feet apart here. No idea if she's going to focus on me, but we'll give it a go. So this end of the boat is a shower. It's just a dedicated shower room, access from the top, like most of the boat here. It's full of grating and covers, that type of thing, and it's just can't be seen at the moment. If we come through this part of the boat here, this is a double berth at the back. Well, obviously it's the back, so it's a double berth. It's full of cables, cable drums, cable covers. It's sort of a catch-all place at the moment. It's just full of shit. So I can't show you that one. We come forward to midships here, and we've got the main cabin on the port side here. That's full of all my toolboxes, boat parts, motor parts, all the new video instruments that are going on the boat, that sort of stuff. That's all in here. Just back here is the head for that cabin and the cabin behind me. That's actually fairly empty, to be honest, but because I'm just not going to show you a head on its own, you won't get to see that this time. If we go forward, might have to crouch down here, we'll see. This here is the entrance to the next double cabin. So we've got 3 double cabins on this side, 1 head and 1 shower. This is completely stuffed full of all the cushions from the cockpit. Cushions and seating have all come into here. So I can't show you there because there's nothing to see. And if we come even more forward to where I was at the start of this here is the, it's just a big sail, well, it's not really a sail locker, that could be, it's just a locker where we put all the jerry cans, empty jerry cans, fenders, boxes of paint and everything else when we're cruising and underway, and that's just a complete mess again. totally disorganized, so I can't show you that. Let's go over to the starboard side and I'll show you what that looks like over there. And we'll see if we can pick this up. Okay, righto. So, this side's obviously the starboard side. I'll do the back again, I think, and then I'll work my way up again. So off we go. Come on, auto detect, do something correctly. If I walk slowly, it might keep up with me. Close these hatches. Right. Okay. Again, there we are, about 45 feet away, I think, maybe 47 foot or so. On this side, the other side, we had the dedicated shower room, call it that. This side is a head, it's just a head and nothing else, which is great. You can sit in here as long as you like and smell your own smells and nobody cares. You're not stuffing up the rest of the cabin. This one here is originally this was the captain's cabin. So there's a double berth in here with mirrors and lockers and that sort of stuff. That now is completely full of electrical parts, life jackets, whole guitar, bits of paint cans, all the brushes and all that sort of stuff. That's all down here, and it's a complete, you're not going to see it this time, I'm not going to show you. Right, if we come forward, this used to be the galley. So this area here was the galley. We've now moved it upstairs. We actually moved that a couple of years into cruising because it's kind of nice to have the galley upstairs. When you've got kids, you can keep an eye on what's happening and things. When you're cruising and sailing, it's just so nice to have a galley up. At the moment, it's going to be the master stateroom, which will incorporate both this cabin and the one behind us. The one behind us will turn into a shower toilet room with more lockers and that sort of stuff, but that's a project for another time. At the moment, this cabin is completely full of the two jibs, all the new covers. These are the old covers on here, and they're an absolute disaster because the birds have just had a go at them and they're getting old, so the material's starting to fade. So I've got new covers everywhere. I've got engine insulation in here for the starboard side motor bay that all gets insulated out. I've got all the ropes, all the running rigging and everything else is down here, along with loads of unfinished Dyneema hanks and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, can't see that. This one here is another double cabin. This one you probably could see. I don't know, can we see? Is it any good? Would I show you? No, I'm not going to show you. No, I probably could, but this one's been, it's still a bit messy. This one's got a lot of life jackets in here as well, and a lot of the lighting, electronics and cables just lying around in here. Almost clean, but not quite enough. So that's that one. This one here is the actual sail locker. I wonder if this is gonna, are you gonna focus on me and all my wrinkles? Yeah, we'll see. So this one's actual sail locker, and this one's about the only locker out of all these, or the only space out of the whole boat that's actually doing what it's supposed to do. It is full of sails and covers, sun covers, with brand new Jenica there, looking very nice. It's actually quite deep. I can, well, I'm not exactly tall, but I can stand up there and still have about that much room above me over the locker part, over the skylight part. So that's the two holes. So that's the two holes. So as much as I'd love to do a full boat tour, and I will, it'll be, Tiare is a really fascinating boat, and so is the whole Wharram design. As a design for a boat, an ocean-going boat and things, and liveaboard, it's really quite unique and quite well thought out. So I will go over a really good tour, quite in depth. It'll be broken into several parts, probably from the holes to the top sides and her rigging, and how things are really designed for keeping it simple and easy to replace. Basically all the parts, which is pretty much what I've done over the last few years. So anyway, so I'm sorry I haven't done a boat tour yet, but we're getting there. We're just not in the right space yet to do that. Not far away though. Right, now that was one question done. The other question, which is also which is something I've been thinking about for quite a while actually, is why don't we see more cruises, international cruises in Japan? I think since we've been here about 5 years, we've seen maybe on average between 3 and 7 foreign boats come through, and I get to meet most of them. Some of them just shoot by, but I certainly get to hear about them. So between 3 to 7 boats a year is what we get through here. Sailboats, most of those are sailboats. There's a few cruisers that come through, Nordhavens and such, that do come through. That boat shouldn't make too much noise. But mainly, yeah, we get to see just about everybody that comes through. And I think the reason, and I've often thought about this, why don't more cruisers come here? And I kind of think it's off the maps where they look at. They sort of, you know, there is a band they look at, and they don't sort of consider that Japan is, well, it doesn't even maybe cross their mind, or they think it's too difficult to get here, or it's too hard to get here and then leave again. So it's kind of, it's not frustrating, but it would be nice to see some more cruises come through, especially those with the larger YouTube channels. They'd be really well received here. Sorry, it's so simple to get here. You basically go to the Philippines and turn right and go and head uphill from there. It's pretty straightforward, and it's pretty much, well, depending on the speed of your boat, it's almost day sailing all the way up. It's really, really simple. As to why people don't come here, I think it's just outside of their, it just doesn't come up on their radar, unfortunately. It is such an amazing cruising country. It has so much culture, and there are some beautiful areas to cruise here. Everything from really subtropical, sort of, you know, Ishigaki and Okinawa and little islands up around there, all the way up to Hokkaido, where it's really cold, if you like that type of stuff. It's got the sea between China, Korea and Japan, and also the Pacific Ocean. It's got the inland sea. It's just got such a variety of cruising grounds, and the people here are so welcoming, and they're so interested in you, and there's just so much to see and to do here as well. And it's not expensive. It's surprisingly not expensive at all. Got a little tugboat going past. I'm going to do some B-roll with a tugboat. Here we go. Yeah. God, is it in focus? Here we go. The little tug that tried hard. So, I hope that's kind of explanatory. Explains, will answer some of the questions. One was the when are we going to see a boat tour, and the other one is why aren't people coming to Japan more often? Why aren't there more YouTubers, cruisers, mainly cruisers, coming into Japan? Yeah, so thanks for watching, and we shall see you next time. Cheers, guys. So, not tonight, but tomorrow night, and I will also, I'm talking to you now, but it's the future I've got to think about. So, later on, tomorrow, I will do I'll answer a few questions that popped up on my channel. So, yes, catch you later. GoPro, stop recording.